Welcome back to Movies. Today I'm going to do a quick rundown of Fantastic Beasts, The Crimes of Grindelwald, Instant Family, Widows, Green Book, and At Eternity's Gate. We'll try to do it quick because there are so many movies. Rotten Tomatoes scores At Eternity's Gate at the tomato meters at 75%, with 96% of people want to see it. Storyline: a journey inside the world and mind of a person who, despite skepticism, ridicule, and illness, created some of the world's most beloved and stunning works of art. This is not a forensic biography, but rather scenes based on Vincent van Gogh's William Dafoe letters, a common agreement about events in his life that present as facts, hearsay, and moments that are just plain invented. The company's CBS Films. It's rated PG-13. Directed by Julian Schnabel. They also did Myrtle in 2011. And they also screenwrote that one and this one. And in development is In the Hand of Dante. Screenwriter is Jean-Claude Carrière, Julian Schnabel, and Louis Kegelberg. William Dafoe is in it, which I've already kind of mentioned. And he was also in Justice League as Vulko, which he's also in Aquaman. He was on Murder on the Orient Express. John Wick, he played Marcus. A Most Wanted Man, he played Tommy Brew. On Thomas, he played the police chief. Daybreakers. Adam Resurrected. Mr. Bean's Holiday. Once Upon a Time in Mexico. He's got 3 in development. The Miso Soup. Beast of Baton. Togo. Pre-production. The Sleeping Shepherd. The Lighthouse. And Melrose, Brooklyn. And just completed Go-Go Tales. All of those are to be announced. Also, Mads Mikkelsen, which was played a voice in Kung Fu Panda 3, was also in Doctor Strange, Rogue One, a Star Wars story, The Three Musketeers in 2011, Casino Royale. Okay, then the rest of them are Emmanuel Signer, well, not the rest of them, but some of Amira Kassar, Niels Erstrup, and Oscar Isaac. I hope I didn't forget anything. Alright, next is Green Book. Tomato meter is at 93%. 98% of people want to see it. Critic consensus says Green Book takes audiences on a surprisingly smooth ride through potentially bumpy subject matter, fueled by Peter Farrelly's deft touch and a pair of well-matched leads. Okay. Storyline: when Tony Lip, a bouncer from an Italian-American neighborhood in the Bronx, is hired to drive Dr. Don Shirley, a world-class black pianist, on a concert tour from Manhattan to the Deep South, they must rely on the Green Book to guide them to the few establishments that were then safe for African Americans. Confronted with racism, danger, as well as unexpected humanity and humor, they were forced to set aside differences to survive and thrive on a journey of a lifetime. Companies, distributor is Universal Pictures. Production company is DreamWorks Studios. Directed by Peter Farrelly. And he also did Dumb and Dumber 2, Movie 43, The Three Stooges, Hall Pass, The Heartbreak Kid, Fever Pitch, Stuck on You, and Dumb and Dumber. And he also screenwrote Green Book. He did the rewrite of Dumb and Dumber 2. He screenwrote Three Stooges, Hall Pass, Heartbreak Kid, Stuck on You, and Dumb and Dumber. He's also producing this one, which he also did Movie 43, The Three Stooges, Hall Pass, The Ringer, Stuck on You. Development is Walter the Farting Dog and Dear Satan. Executive produced Freebirds. And then the screenwriters are Brian Hayes Curry, Peter Farrelly, and Nick Fellalonga. Cast is Viggo Mortensen. He plays Tony Lip. He was also in Captain Fantastic in 2016, The Two Faces of January in 2014. On the Road, he played Old Bull Lee in 2012. He was in Appaloosa, Eastern Promises, Hidalgo. He was in Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. He's got 3 in pre-production, Unabomb, Far From Men, and an untitled Lisandro Alonso project, which he's also producing. Then Mahershala Ali plays Don Shirley. And he's got one coming out next year, Alita Battle Angel. This year, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. He's played the voice of Aaron Davis. And then he's also been in Hidden Figures, Moonlight, Kicks, Free State of Jones, The Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 1 and 2. He played Boggs. And Predators in 2010. And in development is Burn, which he is producing. And then also in it is Linda Cardellini, Dmitry D. Marinov, Don Stark, and Sebastian Maniscalco. Alright. Widows movie. Or a movie called Widows. Sorry about that. Widows in the story of 4 women with nothing in common except a debt left behind by their dead husband's criminal activities. Set in contemporary Chicago amid a time of turmoil, tensions build when Veronica, Alice, Linda, and Belle take their fate in their own hands and conspire to forge a future on their own terms. The distributor is 20th Century Fox. Our production company is Film 4, New Regency Enterprises, and Seesaw Films. Rated R for violence, language throughout, and some sexual content nudity. It's directed by Steve McQueen, which also helped screenwrite. And he's also directed 12 Years a Slave, Shame, and Hunger, which he also helped screenwrite. All of those, and Fela Cooties in pre-production. And he also produced this one. And also the screenwriter also was Gillian Flynn. The cast is Viola Davis. She was also played Rose in Fences, Amanda Waller in Suicide Squad. She played Leela Steve, Black Hat, The Disappearance of Eleanor Rigby, Get On Up, Ender's Game, Prisoners, Uh, the list goes on and on for a little bit. She's got 3 in development: The Precious One, Small Great Things, and The Woman King. And in pre-production, The Personal History of Rachel Dupree, which she's she's producing that one. And also the one in development of I Almost Forgot About You. And she executive produced Lila and Steve. Alright, then we'll move to Cynthia Erivo. She was also in Bad Times at El Royale, and she's in production of Harriet. She plays Harriet Tubman. Also, Danielle Kaluuya. She has a movie coming out next year, Queen and Slim. She was also in Black Panther. She played Ayo. Get Out and then Johnny English Reborn. And then somebody you would probably recognize, Michelle Rodriguez. You love her. She plays Lady Toretto. Sorry about that. In all the Fast and Furious movies. She played in Machete Kills. Resident Evil Retribution. Avatar. She plays SWAT. Anger Management. Blue Crush. Also pre-production of The Home. Also Liam Neeson and Elizabeth Debicki. I don't know if I said the tomato meter. If not, 95%. And it says Widows rounds up a stellar ensemble for a heist thriller that mixes popcorn entertainment with a message and marks another artistic leap for director Steve McQueen. The top critics rated at 100% on Tomato Meter. And it says 97% of people want to go see it. I'm one of those 97%. Then we'll move to Instant Family. Tomato Meter's not available in this movie, but it says 90% of people want to see it. So when Pete and Ellie decide to start a family, they stumble to the world of foster care adoption. They hope to take in one small child, but when they meet 3 siblings, including a rebellious 15-year-old girl, they find themselves speeding from 0 to 3 kids overnight. Now Pete and Ellie must hilariously try to learn the ropes of instant parenthood in the hopes of becoming a family. The company is Paramount Pictures. And the rating is not available yet. Directed and screenwrote by Sean Anders, which also did Daddy's Home 1 and 2, Horrible Bosses 2, That's My Boy, and Sex Drive. And it looks like screenwrote Daddy's Home 2, Horrible Bosses 2, Dumb and Dumber 2, Mr. Popper's Penguins, She's Out of My League, Sex Drive. And directed development is 3 Mississippi, which also in talks of screenwriting, and development of Mean Moms screenwriting, and it produced Instant Family. Alright, cast Mark Wahlberg. You'll maybe recognize him because he's in Daddy's Home 2, Daddy's Home 1, Ted 2, Transformers, The Last Night, and Transformers 4, Age of Extinction. He's in the first Ted, of course, Max Payne, Departed, 4 Brothers, and then he's got several development, pre-production, concept, production. I'm not going to go all into it. Like one of the $6 billion man, he's playing Steve Austin. He produced Patriots Day, Entourage, Broken City. He's got several development. He's staying busy. That's all I want to say. And then Isabella Moner. She also played and is going to play, and Dora the Explorer comes out next year. She's playing Dora. And then she was also in Sicario, Day of the Soldado, and Transformers: The Last Night, and in middle school, The Worst Years of My Life. Let's go to the mom, Rose Byrne. She's got a movie coming out next year, Limited Partners. She was also in Juliet Naked. Peter Rabbit, X-Men Apocalypse. She played Maura McTaggart. She played in Neighbors 2, Sorority Rising. Annie in 2014. She also played, of course, Neighbors. Insidious Chapter 2. X-Men First Class. Bridesmaids. 28 Weeks Later. The Tenants. Wicker Park. I Captured a Castle. A discussion of Just Married, and she just completed I Love You, Daddy. Also in the movie is Eliza Schlesinger, Octavia Spencer, and Eve Harlow. Now we'll move on to Fantastic Beasts, the Crimes of Grindelwald movie. Ooh, tomato meter 57%. Top critics even less at 38%. Critics' consensus: Fantastic Beasts: The Crimes of Grindelwald has glimmers of the magic familiar to Harry Potter fans, but the story's spell isn't as strong as earlier installments. Says 98% of people want to see it. Alright. Oh. The sequel takes place in 1920s Paris shortly after Newt Scamander's capture of Grindelwald at the end of the first installment. Returning for the sequel are the characters Tina, Queenie, and Jacob. Okay. Distributor is Warner Brothers Pictures and production company is Heyday Films. Alright. Directed by David Yates, which he also did Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, The Legend of Tarzan, Harry Potter and Deathly Hallows Part 1 and 2, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince, Harry Potter and the Order of Phoenix, and development of Doctor Who. The screenwriter is J.K. Rowling, which you'll know her from all the Harry Potter books. And Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. She screenwrote that one and this one, The Crimes of Grindelwald. And she's also doing the what's coming out in 2020, Fantastic Beasts Where to Find Them 3. Which says she produced this one and the next one that's coming out. Which is awesome. I like her. We'll move to Eddie Redmayne. He plays Newt Scamander. You'll recognize him from the original one, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. He's going to be in the one that's coming out in 2020. And then he was also in Early Man. He played Doug, the voice of Doug. The Danish Girl, Jupiter Ascending, Theory of Everything, Les Miserables, Hick, Powder Blue, Savage Grace, The Good Shepherd. He's in pre-production of The Last Days of Night and The Good Nurse, and development of The Aeronauts. Then Zoe Kravitz. She plays Lena Lestrange in this one. She was also in Ken, Gemini, Rough Night, Vincent and Roxy, Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the Divergent series, Allegiant, Dope, Mad Max Fury Road, Divergent, X-Men First Class, she played Angel Salvador. She's a pre-production of The Road Within, and the Divergent series Ascendant, a discussion of Big Little Lies TV series. She's going to play Buddy Carlson, maybe. And then Johnny Depp's in it. He plays Gellert Grindelwald. He plays a voice in Sherlock Gnomes. And then, let's see, City of Lies, Murder on the Orient Express. He played in all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, plays Captain Jack Sparrow. You'll know this guy, he's in everything. Lone Ranger, he plays Tonto. 21 Jump Street, he played a cameo on that one. Alice in Wonderland, Sweeney Todd, Tim Burton's Corpse Bride, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Finding Neverland. He's got in development Rex Mundi, in talks of In the Hand of Dante, and then announced My American Dream, and then in development again it's The Thin Man, The Night Stalker, Fortunately the Milk, and The Invisible Man. In production is Richard Says Goodbye. Pre-production is King of the Jungle, plays John McAfee. And pre-production of Minamata, he plays W. Eugene Smith. He's produced a few. He's in development of a bunch are in development, or a couple are announced. I'm not going through all of those. Let's just say you should know who that guy is. And then also in it is Ezra Miller, Jude Law, Caleb Turner. And that is it. Those are the movies for Friday, November the 16th. Have fun at the movies.
This show is brought to you by Heartland Production Entertainment. If you'd like to help to make the show better, go to patreon.com/heartlandpae.